we need consciousness to be at an all-time high for our people because there are so many games that are being played with us, so many traps being built for us, so many cages, that are designed to control us. And what I like about you being a critical thinker and being the scholar that you are is that you're very much aware of this. I mean, you've done some really great work lately. You and I are both big fans of the one and only Dr. Claude Anderson, and you
Yes.
have done some amazing work lately in terms of really highlighting the discussion on reparations and how critical thinking needs to be included in how we even process that. Can you kind of talk about that? Let's start. You start anywhere you want, but I'd love to get your take on where we are in the whole reparations conversation, and why we should even be demanding it in the first place. Let's start there.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Dr. Watkins. And I couldn't agree with you more when you said that to be conscious definitely um, includes, developing and operating with critical thinking skills. So you and I, our definitions are very, 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 very similar. But thank you for actually inviting me on to talk about reparations, or to contribute to the reparations discussion. Doc, that's something that should be at the top of our list of priorities as Black people. Reparations. That should be at the top. And I just want to reiterate that. That should be at the top of our priorities. I was reading the book some years ago. Salute to Nana, Dr. Amos Wilson. I'm a huge fan of his work. Dr. Amos Wilson wrote a book, 868 pages, called Blueprint for Black Power. And
Yes.
when I say that I studied along with the group, and guys, you can go to YouTube, type in RAM, the RAM Book Club, and type in Blueprint for Black Power discussions. And we discussed every chapter. We met every Sunday for 8 months, and for 2 hours just studied, Dr. Amos Wilson's work. And in that book, Dr. Amos Wilson made it clear that most of our social issues are tied to our economic issues.
Mm.
We had to get our finances in order. People talk about, politicians and politics. Well, goodness, if we had some money, Doc, we could influence these, Claude Anderson say, he talks about this ladder. I love Dr. Claude Anderson. He talks about that ladder. He says, get your economics together. You move up to the next level. You can go buy a politician that's going to do what you want him or her to do. So we have to get our finances in order. So how do we do that? Reparations. And some of you are naysayers, oh, Dr. Mott, we ain't going to do that. That's a pipe dream. No, it's not a pipe dream. People have sued for reparations and have gotten it. Okay. People have done it. I always encourage folks who are naysayers, Dr. Watkins, to just Google people like Belinda Sutton. This was a sister. She was born in West Africa. She was captured and sold into slavery before she was 12. And she was enslaved by a family in Massachusetts called the Royal Family. But the Royal Family, their assets got seized because they were loyalists. So the government found out that they were loyalists. So they seized their property, and they also manumitted their enslaved people. And Belinda was one of them. So you can go online and just Google Belinda petition. She actually signed a petition. She petitioned the government for what we would consider now reparations, and she did it multiple times. And so this woman this is the first known case of a free person obtaining financial reparations for slavery. You also have another sister, Kylie House. She started an entire movement. She helped to found an entire movement called the National Ex-Slave Mutual Relief Bounty and Pension Association. And she was able to get over 300,000 members who actually paid dues. And so this was the first mass reparations movement that was led by us in this country. Now, they did get her for mail fraud and they imprisoned her, Dr. Watkins.